It is just after 7 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, hump day, middle of the week. It's Ken and Deb here, and we're talking trucking stories. International Truck Drivers Appreciation Week. And so, yeah, I guess, do you have a trucker in your life? Or are you a truck driver? Or do you have stories about something that's happened? If you are a truck driver, let us know.
Give us a call, 800-221-9356. Maybe you have a favorite song you like to listen to while you're rolling down the highway.
There you go. And so you can share that with. Also, what do you wish others on the road would do that would help truck drivers?
That's an important question.
Mm-hmm. And so let us know. 800-221-9356. Right now, Rich Mullins and Creed at 7:02. Good morning.
Good morning. We're live again.
We are, as much as we can be.
That's right. Hey, thank you to everybody that came out yesterday to Edgewood Baptist. It was
cool.
Wonderful to see you, and I hope the books are a blessing to you. We had all different kinds of books. I'm going to try to go through my library again, so we'll have more books on Thursday over at Coram Deo Bible Church.
There you go. Morning, Joe. Also, one of our regulars here on the live stream, Heidi, stopped by yesterday.
Yes, she did.
I didn't get a chance to meet her.
No, she was the first one there.
I was had my mechanic's hat on, trying to fix the station vehicle yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to get over there as soon as I would have liked to have.
Yeah, it was really hard to go out yesterday. Well, you guys went out and tried to turn over the bookmobile, and the bookmobile didn't start. So,
well, Jeremy came back in because he was going to go get it and bring it up so we could load it up, and he goes, nothing happens when they turn the key over. He didn't quite say it that way. I embellished that a little bit. So, yeah, it was dead as a doornail, however dead that is. It just wasn't
pretty
working.
dead.
Yeah, pretty dead. And so I tried to jump start it, nothing, let it, put the jumper cables on it, let the car run for a long time. I mean, half hour, 40 minutes. And it still didn't have enough juice. So ended up saying nuts to that, got in my own vehicle, went over and hung out. So, but I have a new battery. So we'll have the official bookmobile coming out tomorrow. What's that?
Lord willing.
Yeah.
Pray that it is the battery.
Right. Yeah, that's right. We hope that's what it is.
Hey, good morning, Phyllis. Good to see you this morning. I love that little GIF you put on there. That was or GIF or whatever that's called.
Yeah. The good morning.
Good morning, yeah.
Good one, Jeremy.
So, what are you guys' experiences on the road? Have you had? Have you ever driven a truck, or maybe even ridden in a truck? Maybe you had a relative that was a trucker, and you were able to be in a big rig for a little bit. And
I remember
had that experience.
As I mentioned on the air, that I grew up. My dad was in the trucking industry his whole life, and he had his own truck for a lot of years. And he had this really nice truck one time, and he used to bring it home, obviously, when he was off the road, and he had it out front. And I would love to go out and get in the truck, and he'd let me sometimes go out and just sleep in the sleeper.
Oh,
like camping
fun. Out. Yeah, I can see where that would be a lot of fun.
So that was kind of fun.
Oh,
sleeping out and in the camper or in the sleeper of the truck. So that was kind of fun.
I've never ridden in a semi.
You've never ridden in a semi? Well, we'll have to resolve that one of these days.
Never gotten inside of a
I used to be afraid
like
of the big trucks when I was really little, just because they were so loud.
Yeah.
The sound. But then, obviously, got over that. Now I have my own Class A CDL license, so I can drive trucks, and done a lot of hauling grain and stuff for farmers. And in between radio jobs, I did do some hauling of over the road, not long ways, but I, went down into Missouri and over into Iowa and stuff like that. So, yeah.
What's the best part? What's the best part about driving a big truck, big rig?
I don't know. There's just a freedom when you're out there driving. You're up higher, you can see a lot more, and But also you have a lot more responsibility because you have to really watch because you have a huge, heavy truck that you have to watch way ahead to make adjustments, so.
We kind of talked about that with Dave earlier this morning.
Right.
Just can't stop on a dime.
No.
No. Or even on a quarter.
Rich Mullins with Creed on Moody Radio. What are you saying?
Oh, nothing.
No, nothing. I put my headphones on to go on the air, and she says something, and her and Jeremy started laughing, and I didn't understand.
The statement was made about stopping on a dime and being difficult.
I
and
see.
she said, or even on a quarter.
Oh, okay. I got you.
It was of no consequence. I was just trying to be funny.
Oh, you're funny, Deb. So today we're talking about truck drivers and truck driving stories. I know we have never talked about this before. International Truck Drivers Appreciation Week this week. It's a big job.
It is. And it's such an important job
Yes.
because we need items taken to where we're living to
Right.
use. We need food and we need, like you said, toilet paper and paper
Building
products,
materials.
building materials, all
Yeah,
that stuff.
That's right. And so I have a deep appreciation for those in the trucking industry and also for those that, now I have never had to do much of this. And so I really appreciate those that have to endure the cold weather and snow and ice. Because I remember hearing my dad tell stories of having to go over like Donner Pass out in the west and different passes where you have to pull over and you have to chain up
Oh,
your
wow.
truck, in the cold weather, and you're having to get out there and put chains on the vehicle so that you can get over the passes and everything like that to haul the load to get it where it needs to go. And so they do a lot of hard work and putting tarps on those flatbeds and tarping the load. Those tarps are heavy, and you got to haul those things around and lift those around and spread them out and strap it down. And so there's a lot of hard work that goes involved with driving truck as well. It's not just sitting in the cab and driving down the road.
Right.
Now there are some instances where truckers that are doing vans and stuff like that where they can't touch the merchandise because it's not permitted. And so they'll just have to pull in, let everybody unload it. They get reloaded again and head out. But for the most part, there's still a lot of hard work. I mean, if your truck breaks down, you've got to
Figure out what's going on.
figure out what's going on or who to call, things like that. So we appreciate you.
We do. We appreciate you. And we want to hear about your job this morning. Since we're celebrating you, what's the best thing about being a trucker?
Right.
What kind of experiences have you had on the road? Maybe you've had a opportunity to share Christ
Sure, exactly.
in your job.
And a lot of our farmers today are also truck drivers because a lot of them have gotten their own semis to haul their loads to the elevators and stuff. And so we want to hear from you as well. Maybe you've got a story, you can let us know. 800-221-9356. Here's Michael W. Smith with Waymaker at 10 minutes after 7.
Okay, here's a little bit more trucker lingo.
All right, so you got some lingo
Okay,
for
I
us?
got more.
Lay it on me.
All right. How about salt shaker?
A salt shaker? Is that the salt truck?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. How about skateboard?
A skateboard. I don't know.
It's a flatbed trailer.
Oh, really? I've never heard it called that before. Okay.
I'm getting this off, the internet, thanks to Google. How about double nickel?
That's 55 miles.
55, you got that. Chicken coop?
That's a chicken hauler, isn't it?
Way station, the way station.
Oh, really?
It's called the chicken coop.
Oh, okay.
Bulldog.
Bulldog. I don't know.
That's a Mack tractor.
Oh, Mack truck. Okay. Yep. All right.
Yep. So there's some more things for you to ponder this morning.
Go find your CB radio and just start.
That's right. I remember back in the 70s, I wanted a CB radio in the worst way because of the song Convoy that came out. And of course, like I said, my dad was in the trucking industry, and I had the base station that I wanted picked all out of the catalog, Sears catalog. I had it all picked out, and what antenna I wanted to use, and all this stuff. I never did get it, but that was a big thing because my friends and I were into CB radios and stuff, and my buddy had one, and so we wanted to get one to communicate, back and
Oh,
forth.
yeah.
And
What fun.
all that stuff, and so I really wanted CB radio growing up. So so maybe some CB lingo that
So
you want to share with us.
my youngest brother,
Yeah.
his first car is supposed to be an old car that has been passed down through the family. Like it belonged to my grandfather. After my grandfather passed away, it went into my aunt's. She held on to it. Then my dad got a hold of it, and that was supposed to be my brother's first car. And he was excited because it has a CB radio in it. Now, I mean, there's work still to be done to get it back on the road.
Yeah.
But it's got that CB radio in it.
That's cool. So
Very
there are
neat.
actually some guys, and I don't know if it's everywhere, but I know in Kiwani, there's actually a bunch of guys and girls, for that matter, in their vehicles in the smaller towns that still use the CB radio to communicate with one another when they're out and about.
Wow.
I wasn't aware of that, and I found that
Wow.
out here recently. So pretty cool stuff.
Well, Heidi says her brother ran the Transport for Christ at the Omaha Apps Brothers. He had a
Really?
semi-trailer into a chapel with a
Yes.
baptistry.
So Heidi, I think I have met him before. So tell me his
Wow.
name, because when I worked at the Christian station in Omaha, we had him on our station to
Wow.
promote
What a small world. That's neat.
his ministry. And I've actually been out to the Sapp Brothers
Uh-huh.
over on the western side of Omaha and actually went to their chapel
Wow.
before. I've been there. That's very cool. I never knew that.
Joe says his dad drives for a local company. He's retired from a local factory and is doing what he likes.
Very cool.
So good.
I know there's a lot of people that have retired and maybe gotten into doing some locals. We're doing our live stream today on Facebook and on Twitter and also on YouTube. We have that stream going on. And so Heidi had said, and we mentioned this on the stream, that her brother ran the Transport for Christ, which is a ministry at truck stops where they have a chapel, and they have a chaplain there, and you conduct services on Sunday, and you pray with the truck drivers and minister to them and their needs. Anyway, and this was at the Sapp Brothers truck stop over there in Omaha, and I've
That's
been
so
there
neat.
before.
Wow.
And we actually had a chaplain. I don't know if it's her brother or not, but we had a chaplain from that particular ministry on our station in Omaha when I was there.
I learned something today. I didn't even know that organization existed, but that is
Yeah.
wonderful. That's so cool because I'm sure truck drivers a lot of times don't even have a chance to get to church or have different schedules and different needs when they're out on the road, and that there's people's ministering. That's just really encouraging.
Yeah. And her brother has gone on to be with the Lord. And I think I did, Heidi, meet him, TJ Trinkle. I think I did meet him when I was there. It's been many years ago when we did
Wow.
this, but
Wow.
anyway.
Okay, so Heidi has something else that's a little bit interesting.
All right.
It'd be a funny question for truckers. You
Yeah.
know, you mentioned the truckers are on the higher plane,
Yeah,
so they
they're
can
up-
see
they're up
down.
higher,
Okay.
yes, uh-huh.
She said her mother changed clothes in the cars once, and a trucker almost ran off the road. I mean, I'm sure they see very interesting things looking down.
I would imagine. So maybe that's another little angle we could take. So if you are a truck driver, what's the most interesting thing you've seen on the road?
Keep it clean.
Yeah, that's right. Keep it clean. But I mean, most interesting thing you've seen, though, because I mean, there's been people that like eat a full meal, while they're driving,
I know.
and it's crazy. Anyway, so you can share that with us. 800-221-9356.
Or don't even have their hands on the wheel,
Well-
Those people that drive with their knees or whatever.
Yeah. Well, these days,
You don't have to with
they've
the
got
self-driving.
this Tesla car has self-driving. As a matter of fact, a guy that I know that has one, I found out something interesting yesterday. When you're not driving the car, it has a feature in one of these Teslas that has video games built into the system. And you actually can use the steering wheel and the gas pedal and the brake to do a driving game in this car. I saw it yesterday. I saw the kids playing it. Wow. That's crazy. You know, I mean, obviously they weren't playing it while you can't play it while you're driving.
Right.
But you can play it while you're sitting there, and you use the steering wheel, and you use the. Because we were talking, and I looked and I saw the tires going back and forth on the car, and I'm going, what's? And I looked and I said, oh, you got the kids practicing driving. He goes, no, they're playing a game. And I went,
So
whoa.
The tires actually move in the video game?
Well,
I mean, the outside
on the
tires?
vehicle because
Really?
you're using the steering wheel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
It is very interesting.
I was amazed when I saw that yesterday, as a matter of fact. But yes,
I was just thinking, what a topsy-turvy world. We have the car drive for us, then we turn the car off and have our kids drive virtually. It's like, it cracks me up. Anyway.
yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately, I did hear some things about the self-driving feature that aren't so positive. They have some more work to do on it.
Oh yeah.
So it seems to make mistakes. Supposedly, on average, every 8 miles, it makes an error.
Oh really?
So
Interesting.
that's yeah. So you got to be careful with those.
Oh yeah.
They're still in progress. Let's put it that way. Would you have somebody have the vehicle drive for you?
I have actually been in one that has had that happen or has used that. You do have to kind of keep touch on the steering wheel.
Oh, okay. So you have a part in it, even if it is self-driving?
Yes.
That's a little bit more comforting to me.
Yeah, you have to. I'm not sure if it's every 30 seconds or something like that. You have to actually touch the steering wheel.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will kick out.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm sure that people have found ways around that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, by keeping your knee on the steering
Oh,
wheel or something like
okay.
that. You know.
So it's not like you can take a nap
No.
in the driver's seat.
No, I wouldn't recommend that. No. But yeah, that wouldn't be good. Can you imagine that? And some guy driving down the road like that. I would pull off.
Actually, as a trucker, you might have seen that.
That
That would
is
be the
true.
most frightening thing ever.
That is
I mean,
true.
what would happen if you looked over and saw the driver sleeping? What would you do?
Oh my goodness!
I mean, what would you do to get their attention? Or
Oh, wow, with the truck.
Yeah.
See what happens when you leave the room, Jeremy? He's speechless.
Another day at the office, right?
That's right. Oh my goodness. We're seeing a whole team of psychiatrists, I think. 7:20. Good morning. It is Ken and Deb with you on this Wednesday morning, and having some fun on our live stream as well. If you want to check that out ever, it's you go to Ken and Deb in the Morning on Facebook, at Ken Deb Mornings as well, and of course you can look for Moody Radio Quad Cities on YouTube, and you can check it out there as well. The live stream, which we do for the most part, every weekday at 7 o'clock.
We try.
We try whenever I'm not sick and at home or whatever.
Yeah.
But at any rate, so we're talking about truck driving today, so you can share your stories with that. And also, if you have if you'd like to have a great devotional, maybe you've heard of the Today in the Word devotional, we have it now as an app as well that you can get on your tablet or your smartphone.
Yeah, so put it in your smartphone and then you can read it, listen to it. There's a lot of other study materials that come with it,
Right.
so that you can expand your study of what's on the Today in the Word devotional, and you can do it wherever you go because you take your phone wherever you go.
That's right. So hope you'll check it out. Just go to wherever you get your apps and look for Today in the Word. 7:21 with Hillsong Worship. This is King of Kings on Moody Radio Quad Cities. So that's pretty much going to wrap up our mid-morning show coffee break today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow here. And, of course, tomorrow, keep in mind, we're going to be out on the bookmobile again over at Corumdale Bible Church off 53rd and Highway 74, Interstate 74 tomorrow.
Yeah, so be there between 11 and 1, we'll give away some books, materials, resources from Moody Radio here that we have at our studio. And we'd love to put into your hands. So hope to see you tomorrow. We have some stuff from Moody Radio as well as a journal, cups, pens, things like that. So hope to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be there from 11 to 1. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock on the Mid-Morning Show Coffee Break from Moody Radio.